teams played really well, but TNC showed a lot of progress over the previous TNC, and the Heen effect shows. Congratulations, well-deserved victory for TNC. And now let's see what NIP can do.
Let's see what they can do indeed. First pick, Sand King. As Night Stalker gets respect banned, TNC, no massive surprises there. 3-3 had an exceptional game on the Night Stalker. As Bat, also a respect ban, this time from NIP towards TNC, along with the Nyx and Ember Spirit. So we see a little bit of a different opening here. The Filipino squad going for AA Earthshaker this time around. AA, one of AU's fallback heroes when Oracle isn't available. I'd say Grimstroke, Witch Doctor, Oracle, AA are kind of his 4-hero pool for now. You can add in, a Warlock, a Vengeful Spirit, those from time to time. But mainly it's about that long-range pick-off potential for him.
I do like the AA pickups now. I think he has a good amount of combination in the lane. You can really easily pair him up with a lot of the carries that are being played right now, like Wraith King. Sven's been banned, but Wraith King being a top one goes really nicely with Earthshaker. And he's also one of those heroes, similar to Batrider, that cancels a lot of potential picks in the draft. Perhaps not the picks that you would consider the most meta, like, for example, Alk, but definitely a lot of picks that could surprise you as a last pick, like a final mid laner. And not having to waste a ban on them is actually quite important. Now, for example, TNC could pick a hero in the mid lane that's weak to Huskar and not have to worry about the potential, Huskar last, or not last pick, but near last pick, or similarly with the Alk, etc., etc. And it's PPD. He's not new to these kind of things, right? That he might do these things. So I like that AA for that reason. It does open up your draft and close the enemy's draft.
Yeah, or even the Morphling to some extent.
Oh, yes. God, I hate that hero.
AA doesn't feel like as hard. No, you're right. Like AA doesn't feel like as hard a counter as it used to against Alk, against Morphling. Spirit Vessel's in like a similar position where it used to like hard counter these heroes. Now you need a little bit more oomph to your drafts to deal with them as well. But you're right. It's a deterrent pick. It's super spooky to go into that. It also gives you kill power. You think about AA lineups: Earthshaker, Nyx Assassin, Earth Spirit, Sand King used to be the position 4 companions with the Ancient Apparition because they allow you to play wide map, open map. You go scout into the enemy jungle, you find a pick off, a stun with your Earthshake, your Nyx, whatever it might be. AA has the Ice Blast going towards them, and then you have that mobile mid hero. We look towards your TAs, your Storms, the Blink Dagger pickers, or the natural Blink utilizers like Queen of Pain, for example, to have that macro maneuverability as well as micro maneuverability to catch out targets from long range. Because even Earthshaker gives you that Fisher long-range initiation. It's a lot of surprise from Fog initiation that TNC love to utilize. I cannot emphasize enough how much they love to play these tanky frontliners, your Bristles, your Wraith Kings, your Lifestealers, your Chaos Knights. They put these guys in the front lines on objectives, and then they have 2, 3, 4 heroes play from Fog and counter-initiate beautifully. They feel like old VP to a large extent. They send a hero forward. VP had Ramses, and then solos sitting in the fog, waiting in the wings. That's AU. They've got Tim's, Cuckoo, waiting, ready to strike. They very much are a counter-initiation team.
That's actually a very good point. That's actually one of the reasons why they pick Earthshaker so often. Not only because Tim's, I would argue, is one of the top Earthshakers in the world, but because Earthshaker has that duality of both being an initiator and a counter-initiator, depending on the situation. Having that 0 cast point stun is beautiful. And I love this Chaos Knight pick. Yes, Chaos Knight right now, most likely going to be picked in the offlane, that's where it usually goes. But you could, if the draft doesn't go your way too much, put him in the safe lane with an AA, and he actually becomes a reliable safe lane hero. So I like this pickup a lot for the TNC team. And hey, who knows? You could go Chaos Knight Meepo. If Amborgesa does it, I guess TNC could as well. That's always a fun thing. I
was just about to bring them up because we saw from them at the Star Ladder Minor how strong CK can be. Yeah. Whether it be CK Meepo, CK Shadow Fiend, they brought out this hero to hit timings super hard and go along with Warlock was their main strat though, right? The CK Warlock with the immediate burst damage from the Phantasm into Fatal Bonds. Something that TNC doesn't have here, but they've got Ice Blast, they've got Echo Slam, they've got Fisher, so they have ways to get Chaos Knight into these kill threat positions where he can blow someone up. And you're looking at a Lina and a Crystal Maiden for NIP. Those are some squishy heroes, I'll tell you now.
Not lore friendly either. You can't have them on the same team. It's just messed up. But you know, the squishy heroes, yes, but Crystal Maiden Lina is actually a very good combination. I'm assuming the Lina is going to go mid. Oh, well, could be Sanking offlane, I guess, and Lina Crystal Maiden support. Regardless, the extra mana Crystal Maiden gives you is fantastic. Sanking is not necessarily forced to go for Caustic Finale. You can just spam Berserk as much as you want in lane, or, well, obviously to a reasonable degree. And your lanes are strong right now. TNC has consistent lanes, much like last time. Lanes are, as you mentioned, they're beefy. They don't die often. They have a bit of kill potential, but definitely difficult to kill them as well. But Earthshaker makes your lane harassment a bit weaker, whereas Ancient Apparition kind of makes up for that. The Earthshaker definitely is only a kill potential hero. NIP can take advantage of that. They have a good counter initiation, very good punishment for overextensions with both Crystal Maiden and Lina, and a good amount of mobility and potential mid ganking if these are the two supports that decide to go for these are the two supports for NIP. It suits their draft. They like, in general, I know this from NIP drafts, they like proposing earlier. So getting a stronger lane and advancing from there, rather than being the team that has to wait till the late game to win. And if that works out for NIP, then the majority of times, TNC shouldn't be able to answer in time. So we'll see. Very squishy, though, and that's the point. I guess the percentage damage from Ice Blast hurts you less, right? There's that to be said.
Out comes the Mars from TNC. I was wondering what their synergy hero is going to be. Darkseer was one that caught my eye, having Darkseer, Earthshaker, AA. But I think Mars works even better having that arena to really have a massive circle around your enemies, a big target on all their backs. So AA and Earthshaker can get in there with their big ultis. That leaves their mid-hero to last for Armel.
5 seconds remaining.
What can we see here for last picks? Ooh, okay, NIP. So pick up solid laners and now get a Spectre. Not so solid, but definitely a very strong counter to potential Ancient Apparition. Kill him off before he can throw off his Ice Blast or force him into a bad Ice Blast. Also a hero that takes advantage of Mars' kind of early activation timing. If Mars does not have impact in the first 20 to 25 minutes, that hero loses his ability to be impactful really quickly. BKBs completely stop him. In general, people having more HP is annoying for Mars. There's a lot of ways to counter that wall in general as the game progresses and you have more item choices. So Spectre is a good hero to counter that style of play.
Dire team ban.
And we're still not sure where this Lina's heading. It could very well be a Saxo Lina still.
I think it's a support Lina, to be honest. I mean,
they're mid to last.
I'm just not the biggest fan of the mid Lina anymore. You know, it does go well with the Crystal Maiden, but especially showing it so early. It's not a hero that I would say Fata does really well in particularly either, so it's not a comfort pick that I would, put him on.
Where do you go as TNC right now? I keep feeling like Queen of Pain is good here, or Storm is good here. You're running into Sanking Lina Crystal Maiden, so there is a number of lockdown abilities that are a bit annoying when you're playing these mobile heroes from the mid lane. But I think you need that maneuverability to catch up to where the Mars CK are playing on the map. Jump around a little bit, as well as being able to keep up, with a Spectre, with a Sand King. Mirana ban. That's an interesting one from NIP, and a Phoenix pick up as their final hero. So that's a Saxa Phoenix, mid Fatalina, I believe, and everything else slots into place.
So now, you could go for the DK again, to be honest, just because Lina wins most lanes, and you can't really win the lane matchup properly against the Lina. You couldn't survive it. And DK, for example, used to be that kind of hero. You could go for something a little bit less conventional if you want to really stop this Phoenix from being impactful, like a Troll or a Juggernaut.
The fun thing is you can't go for a Sniper here. Like, Sniper would be good against the Lina, good against the Phoenix, because there's a Spectre and Sand King. They go for the Alchemist. Okay. Alki against Specky. Can't wait for this one. The race to Radiance begins now.
Well, it's not really a race, right? It's more like Alchemist is racing against someone who's on a 3-legged foot race. Alchemist is just sprinting like Usain Bolt. He's going to get it definitely before the Spectre, right?
Hey,
there's no chance Spectre gets the Radiance.
The tortoise against the hare was a race, regardless of who was victorious in the end.
Wow, that's such wise words. You've taught me so much, Gareth. Thank you.
Once you hit 30, once you hit 30, you immediately become wise, by the way. Wisdom comes with your 30th birthday or some shit like that, I don't know. Game 2, TNC versus NIP. I'm excited to see what this Phoenix can do. Fiery Spirits against CK against this Alk could be good.
So I like the Alk pick quite a lot as the last pick. Obviously, early proposition, so you take away Ninjas in Pyjamas' ability to go late game because you will win the game before that happens, ideally. You have the ultimate basic dispelling you the spirits as well, which is easy to take away that egg because of that, right? So that's a pretty major thing. Yes, you're not going to win the lane against Lina, but does Alk win really most lanes? No. You can just go jungle and farm. It's no big deal, which takes away a lot of the impact that Crystal Maiden is supposed to have in the early game, because she is a hero that helps you win the lanes, especially in the mid lane with Aura. It's a good pickup, honestly. I really like the TNC lineup, but NIP, if this goes late, honestly, NIP has it. So it's very similar to last game, except the roles are reversed.
How many Ags heroes does TNC have? Like good.
All of them.
When I say Ags heroes, okay, I mean good Ags heroes. We'll just add that on
AA is
there.
ridiculously good, right? Earthshaker's it's pretty solid.
For battle.
What does
in the
Mars
case of
do?
Mars,
It reduces
some people
your
say it's good.
reduces God's Rebuke cooldown inside arena.
It's not bad. Like, it's not your priority. I think the CK Ags is also really good, by the way. Being able to use it on your Alchemist.
On your Alk? Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
So,
think so,
I think
but yeah.
I'll always remember how foolish you looked.
The last Ags will be on the Mars probably, and you give the first Ags to the AA because that's just ridiculously strong, right? Or maybe the Earthshaker, depending on what you're lacking.
My thanks will come
Should be a long time coming anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit later down
I think
the
they're
line.
not planning on going for Ags. They're planning to win earlier than that.
Absolutely are. So AU on that ancient apparition.
30
Looking to lane
seconds
top
to
with
battle.
Cuckoo Mars. Tims is lurking around between mid and top as well. So they'll secure the top double bounty runes, it looks like, TNC. Give Armel at least a couple of them. Grievel's Greed for him. Add up a bit of bonus gold. Saxa Phoenix with PPD Crystal Maiden down towards bot, already centering up one of the camps to block it. No contest from TNC on the bottom bounty runes. As they try to set up their lanes, you notice here that TNC haven't shown a single hero. PPD, NIP have no idea what TNC's lane setup is. At all.
Yeah. But it's not, I guess that's surprising, right? You're probably going to run the CK down bottom. They just don't know the CK is going to be alone. PPD's like, where are the heroes? Just looks here, nobody there.
PPD's still looking for him.
as well.
Yeah, Saxa ready and wait for that Alk to send out a salve. He is biding his time, though. So we have ourselves Gabby CK against the Ace Spectre and PPD Maiden down bottom. 1v2 for now, as it looks like they try and set up for that kill at top. AU in the fog with the cold feet into Fisher. They try and connect in with the Mars Spear Stun, and it looks like they did just about. Funny interaction there with the Burst Strike over the Fisher as 3-3 loses his life. First blood drawn by TNC.
All right, so that's a pretty big win there by TNC, because now even if you do swap lanes as an IP, which it could be a possibility, Chaos Knight has a pretty nice laning against Spectre, to be honest. You still got the kill up top, which is exactly what TNC was looking for here. So it's
You killed the courier
no
mid
big
as
deal.
well, so salve down.
Oh.
Armel half HP with one shared tango remaining. He's gonna need someone to like go base, bring it there. Look, AU's coming mid. He's TP'd, not from base, but he does have a salve to hand over to the Alchemist at the very
yeah,
least.
he's the trigger now.
They're ganking mid. Cold Feet Fisher there onto Fata. Acid Spray down and the Cold Feet snap. They don't have the damage to push towards the Lina, at least not enough to finish her off anyway. So Fata will just pop his own salve. Fine and dandy in that mid lane.
Honestly, as we've seen right now, or recently, remember with Samael killing himself yesterday? It's not always necessary to get the kill in the mid lane. Sometimes just harassing them, forcing them to use a bit of regen, and winning that regen war is enough for you. And using that salve on Lina was pretty big there for TNC. So, you know, nice rotation. They have a lot of kill potential here in the mid lane. I forgot about the Fissure Cold Feet combo. Very, very powerful. And we're seeing AU just playing a completely rotational AA. Now with level 2, has Chilling Touch, so he has some harassment potential as well. Quite major here. As he gets closer to Gabby, who also has level 3, which means he has all his tools at his disposal. This could be a potential cure on PPD if they want to go for it. Or maybe even Ace. A bit harder to accomplish that though. There's the PPD kill. That Chaos Bolt sets up the Cold Fate. PPD can't get away, too slow. And the poor Maiden, he finished off with one last strike by Gabby.
There's still a bounty rune. It's nearly 3 minutes in. Nobody has gathered PPD? Ah, okay, it was planned. So he dies so he can come back, TP Shrine, grab the bounty room. Nicely done.
Right.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah,
All
we weren't
set
thinking
up.
of that, of course.
3 minutes
He knew he was
ahead.
going to die. He did it on purpose.
So they bring the tri-lane bottom now. The funny thing is Gabby has been 1v2ing. Now it is a 3v2, but Tim's is waiting, ready with a Fissure. Aggression stops. So yeah, Gabby was left in this 1v2, and like you rightfully mentioned, his level advantage here is becoming significant. He's about to crack level 4, and you still have level 2 on your 2 supports, thanks to the kills and rotations they've been making. So this Crystal Maiden and Phoenix, they feel very good when you're on the offensive, when you're pushing damage forward towards an AA or a CK. But if you're the ones being run at by a Fissure or a Cold Feet, a quick Reality Rift into Chaos Bolt, you are being chain stunned and there is no outplay. There's no out here for NIP. One hero is going to die. So you have to look for trades or you look to retreat.
That's very true. That's exactly what CK excels at as well, killing heroes early on in the lane. This is the kind of lane you don't want to give a CK who kind of relies on that killing potential early on and that super strong laning he tends to have. We're seeing a bit of a tower dive, but the PPD realized why he shouldn't have gone so close. To catch the Maiden, Fissure with a Cold Feet. Will it trigger? She is a Grandma speed hero, but PPD is just barely fast enough to get away from the Cold Feet. Did go for an early, well, as early as a support can, boots of speed to make sure he doesn't die to the Cold Feet easily. Gabby could be in trouble now as well. They have spirits in the second as well. Cold Feet on the Ace, who's under tower. Gonna fight this offensively. Gabby dies though. And AU now the next target for NIP. Gonna take 2 kills here almost for free as Tims fights Ace, realizes this is not the easiest of fights and just stuns and walks away.
Saxa even under that tower, waddles on back as well. Very nice dive from NIP. Tim's not quite ready for the initiative there as Gabby just gives the old what for to Spectre. Quick little Reality Rift, and now the play in towards PPD as they guard the bounty runes. But Fato's arrival should force TNC back, even with that nice Fissure into Cold Feet. Attempting a kill as PPD here is still dangerous, so bounty rune grabbed up, chased forward by Saxa, stunned on his advance, and will have to give up the chase for now. So Armel given a bit of room as NIP secure that bottom lane. But NIP feel pretty happy about it. You know, this Earthshaker, an Ancient Apparition, starting to lose track of what lane they should be in.
Okay. Yeah, they hasn't been able to really win any of the other engagements either, though. In the top lane, we're seeing Cuckoo. Bit of harassment to 3-3. And unfortunately, the fact that they've, like you said, they forced these offensive supports in the bottom lane to kind of babysit the Spectre. Not the ideal position either. These supports like to move on and win multiple lane matchups. There's a slight advantage for TNC. Yes, the Lina wins her lane against the Alk, but that's expected. That's what you're supposed to do against an Alk. He has free farm in the jungle, so he's still winning in terms of net worth, even if he loses the last support. That's fine. At least, though, they're keeping 8 farm, whereas Gabby does stay quite behind him. And the Phoenix and Crystal Maiden are doing a good job of accomplishing this role that they're dedicating themselves to.
Where's PPD going? Oh lord, he coming. He's zooming. Gets a sentry ward down and a few clicks in onto AU's Ancient Apparition. Oh, my bad. That's the first T-Tors. Cuckoo gets blown up top. Quick Burrow Strike into Laguna Blade. Looks like it was an immediate dispatching of him. Gabby is the one being got on bottom though. Dive forward. And Phoenix's Fiery Spirit's going to work on this CK, forcing the one charge to be popped. And Ace's committal under that tier 1 will secure the kill. Now Cuckoo with AU. Grab up Spectre. Cold Feet are good with the help of the spear. And the finishing blow from Cuckoo's Mars will get them the 1-for-1 trade. Nice little rotation down. Does mean now, though, that CK will likely just have to TP top.
Yeah, that was actually quite important there. Yeah, you do lose, or you force a CK up top. Not the best matchup against the Sand King. But you can already the healing, so it's fine, honestly. You already have Chaos Strike level 3, so it's not like Caustic Finale follows you that much. And Cuckoo has more kill potential, like for example on PPD. Cold Feet trigger, it doesn't matter, they spirit him to the tree. And one last hit, they gotta hit him! PPD frostbites Cuckoo, he shouldn't have doubted there. And now Cuckoo might be in trouble himself. Saw the Soul Ring if he wants to force out the arena, and the Magic Stick as well. The Spectral Dagger in for now. Gets the spear onto Saxa, forces the bird away, and Ace as well with that God's Rebuke, but Ace is chasing after him, diligent as always. The Tortoise and the Hare we were talking about. In the end, the Tortoise does win the race by pure diligence.
PPD still alive thanks to Fiery Spirits. Like Cuckoo there lifting his arms up a couple of times for the final hit. Cancelling them out.
That was it. Okay. He had the debuff on. I noticed the fire on the marks.
Yeah.
That
Couldn't
makes
finish
sense.
off the poor little Crystal Maiden. Nice move by NIP though. They're playing this back and forth super well, baiting TNC into these initiations where they do feel strong and powerful with Cold Feet and Fisher. And with this level 3 spear, they do a lot of damage, just struggling really to break through that line that NIP are making with this Spectre with double Wraithband, Soul Ring, 1. She's tanky. Level 2 Dispersion, no points in Desolate here for Ace.
Interesting.
The beefy Brawler Spectre looking for Cuckoo again. Fiery Spirits and a dive forward. Catch with the PPD Maiden. Slowing Cuckoo on his way back. Does throw Ace into the woods. Make sure there is no chase.
Wouldn't you want at least 1 point to Desolate just to get at least the effect? Or is just the dispersion way too strong, especially in the lane?
Yeah, like you want max dagger. Oh god. The arena drops, Cold Feet's there. Ace in a difficult spot now. Do I run? Do I push back to the other side? He can't really do too much. Under the tower, nearly falling as Fata rotates in, but blocked out by the Fisher. AU kept alive, thanks to Tim's Earthshaker.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That disruption made quite a difference there, actually. Probably saved them from the potential death against the tower. And now the lean now could be in trouble. Speared against a tree. They have the Cold Feet. That's probably going to trigger as well. Chaos Bolt to ensure it does. Fata will die to a fissure. Tims wants that kill. Tims will have it. But this does give a bit of space to the Sanking if you're looking at the positive side. And Ace as well, who rotates to up top. They acknowledge it's Ace who needs to farm, not necessarily 3-3. Who now with the Veil Discord ready can go down bottom and guarantee some kills. There's the Veil Discord trigger onto Cuckoo. Frostbin him in the Sandstorm, but he just gets speared away from it. However, 3-3, 7 more seconds till that second Burrow Strike. As Tims pushes away PPD. They divide the team fight by 3-3 now with the help of Saksa. They want to continue this initiation. They have level 1 Burrow Strike right now onto the Mars. Nope, gets speared up, can't use it in time. As Saksa follows Tims through. The damage to the Spirit's strong, but TNC doesn't want to engage. They decide to go to the Shrine instead. 2 seconds to that Shrine, and they'll heal back up to full.
So an interesting back and forth there. You can feel both teams feeling strong, feeling weak, playing aggressively, falling back. TNC wisely realizing that terrain-wise, it was an advantage to NIP near that Shrine. I'm just quickly, though, bringing attention over to the Alchemist. I've been paying close attention to his CS. 96 at 10 minutes, closing in on that 10x creeps per minute. 7.6k net worth on his Alchemist now with double Bracer Phase, and the Radiance is almost in his inventory. Man, Relic is done. 800 gold towards the recipe. And then you click on Ace and you think, okay, Treads, Wraithband, Soul Ring, 6, nice, yeah, that's pretty sweet. You've got half the net worth of the Alchemist, pretty much, looking at it this way. Yeah. Oh, Mel racing towards that Raddy.
He is very close. The Hare is winning right now. And, what, 400 gold yet to that Radiant? So, we're gonna have it next minute, probably. You don't want to fight yet, though. You want to fight once you get that Manta style. That's going to be the CK who's going to be burying the front of your force. Oh no, Fata again. Stuck in the time with the Ice Blast. They even use the Phantasm to secure this kill. Fata will be tied to the Cold Feet. There he goes. Even with the Echo Sun to stop the counter initiation. Good job there. Tims, as he runs away, gets caught out with a Burrow Strike. They divide the team fight a bit. Tims will go down to the Crystal Maiden's right clicks. But the rest of his team will make it out. Tims, the sacrificial pawn here. And, you know, support for mid laner, definitely a worthwhile trade for you.
And there is that fog threat. There is that initiative threat, right? TNC able to long range initiate with the Fisher, the Ice Blast, the Phantasm, and no matter what hero you are here as NIP, you are under threat. It is an absolutely fearful position to be in against this Earthshaker Ancient Apparition. Draft opening picks, by the way, is probably a important note to make. Cuckoo bottom with an Ice Blast and an Arena. They pick off 3-3, nearly losing Cuckoo's Mars. He's going to walk this one off, though. Fata looking for that LSA towards the Ancient Apparition. But AU has also managed to create a bit of a gap between himself and these Ninjas players. Saksa in a real tasty spot here. Cuckoo might find himself in a bit of bother with the Fiery Spirits and Icarus dive. They're trying to commit onto that Cuckoo kill. Mars is dropping. PPD's there, trying to finish him off. Finally tickled down Gabby's Phantasm doesn't get the job done, but the Cold Feet might. With that concoction, they'll find Saxa. At least they get the trade.
Dire's
That's
middle
unfortunate.
tower is under attack.
Watching Gabby try to go up the hill was like watching the Mythos there, but he does get that kill eventually against the Phoenix, and at least you trade Cuckoo for something. I think I was going to mention though that Cuckoo, I think that's how you're supposed to play the Mars early. Even if you lose him, it's not that big a deal. You're not as item dependent. Yeah, you want the nice timing on your Blink, perhaps on your Vlads, but your goal is to have an impact and to be oppressive in the early game. Take advantage of your amazing amount of burst damage and your decent tank ability just because of your abilities. So, TNC taking advantage of this, creating some space for the Alk, making sure the CK also has a fair amount of farm and participates in kills, and then they're gonna just fall back on the Alchemist, who has double the net worth of the and it's closing in on the Manta.
Yeah. It's getting real spooky, sweaty over here. Alchemist, man, what are you up to? Quick dive forward, looking for Gabby, but NIP smoke will come to naught. A 3-man Fisher. Beautiful from Tims. Not really going to accomplish too much though, as he is Laguna bladed into death. Ceases to exist in the mid lane. Ninjas in pajamas find something off the back of it, maybe an objective to convert into, as they aim for the mid-tier 1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is dangerous.
Radiant structures
no,
are
Arena's not
fortified.
good anymore. You just lost a spear like that. Might still want to initiate. They're considering it. Mars in the backlines gets stunned out there. Saxa annoying with the spirits. Cuckoo considering the arena. There it is. Bird can just fly away. Come on, man. Everyone knows birds can fly over walls. Basic physics.
And killing Phoenix is pretty important. That Spirit Vessel that he's queued up already has the urn, moving pretty swiftly into it. Very, very key itemization against that Alchemist.
Now smoke, by the way, by NAP.
Yeah.
I think the misplay there was not so much the arena, but the lack of spear. He used it a bit earlier just to harass, and it was just... Like, if you have arena with that spear, it's just not... You lose a lot of your effectivity, unfortunately. Oh, and now he's being punished for this. Look at poor Cuckoo. Burst strike from behind, and the pain is real. Cuckoo goes down, but in the bottom lane, at least they will get a counter kill on PPD. PPD does not care, though. This was worthwhile for NIP.
Bye-bye, Peter. Double bounty rune down bottom. Something that TNC have been doing exceptionally well is grabbing these bounty runes. I think the previous round at 10 minutes, they got 3 out of the 4.
Radiant's top tower is
Making
under
sure to
attack.
keep that Alchemist net worth flowing in. And like you said, well, you said he was, getting close to the Manta. Man, it is 15.5 minutes in. This Alchemist has 13,000 net worth. He is reaching 1k net worth per minute. GPM at 843 right now. Armel's having an absolute spanking game.
What's the top net worth for the Alk? Is it around the 1100, 1200s, right? Like top GPM, sorry. not
Top
net worth.
GPM, I think, yeah, it's like probably, maybe like 1280. I think it's close to 1300, but not quite.
Right.
But I'm not
and
sure.
competitive,
Dire's
obviously.
bottom
Yeah.
tower
We don't care
is
about
under attack.
We need Noxil. We need the Dat Dota stats coming out. Mars
We do.
gets his ulti down onto PPD top. Quick little move in from Armel, not even needed. It's a solo kill pretty much there from Cuckoo. As Sax's Phoenix looking to defend this top tier 1. They go with the LSA and the Epicenter. The Supernova's down and Ace is in. The burrow forward will catch out this out. Armel's about to drop. Finally, they bring the big man down. The Ice Blast in though is good with the Fisher. Can they get the Echo? Can they get in with Tims? They're trying with a Chaos Bolt. They get the Phoenix. And Gabby's right clicks are pummeling Saxa into the ground. 3 heroes down in NIP. They are in full retreat. 3-3 and Ace back through the trees. Tims isn't done just yet, though. He wants the Sand King, and he's going to find him, hey? The Echo's there. Solo Echo with a burrow out. He stays in the Sandstorm. Fisher to block him, but no reveal. Finally, a sentry's dropped, and TNC claim their final kill of the fight. NIP bust out everything for that Arc kill, but TNC fight back.
Right. So I think both teams played that quite intelligently. Oh, wait. Before they start pummeling each other again. PPD just really likes death. Oh, perhaps not. This time he's going to deliver that death to AU. They have no way to cancel out TP. So, at first NIP calculated that Chemical Rage quite nicely. I'm assuming they saw Chemical Rage before because they knew exactly they could go on him as it would go off after the Crystal Maiden kill. So well played there by NIP. They get a really important kill on the out. Let's not forget that, that obviously gives you a lot, or takes away a lot of the gold from his net worth. So it was nice. But TNC had a tier 1 still standing. And that was the big thing that NIP didn't think about or didn't want to consider.
Are they going for this? They are as well. The Mars ulti's down after that concoction. They've got Ace. Just an Ice Blast. That's all it takes. Ice Blast lands, and they've got the chain stuns to remove the Spectre from the game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That means that NIP cannot quite defend this, right? You don't have your main core here. The Supernova's not available. Saxa's trying to get away. Cold Feet might just trigger. Gabby's still trying to get uphill, but can't find it. Saxa can still be speared to a wall. Oh wait, no, 5 seconds yet. However, they'll kill him with a God's Rebuke. Damage is the best stun in the game. And with that, Saxa will go down the tower as well. And NIP losing ground, slowly but steadily for TNC.
And this is Cuckoo with Phase Soul Ring setting up these fights. Now he's got the Blink Dagger coming out on Courier in a couple of minutes. A couple of seconds even. He's already a couple of minutes. No, he's going to get Courier priority now. Earthshaker actually not going for the Blink as they catch PPD top. 4th death of the game under that tier 1 tower. An easy grab there for Armel and Gabby. I'm just looking at Earthshaker. Tim's here. I saw the double bracer Soul Ring and I thought, okay, he'll delay his Blink by a bit to be a bit beefier. Actually has the full pipe queued, so opting to not go Blink Dagger this game.
I'm surprised by that, because last team fight, if he had Blink Dagger, he would have gotten the triple kill, right? Like, that was quite major in the team fight.
Yeah.
Is it perhaps because you're afraid that there's a lot of ways to counter your Blink, with the Spectre Radiance, the Sanking Sandstorm, and the Phoenix Supernova? It might be a consideration here. Maybe you think the pipe is much more necessary because all the magical damage NIP does? I'm not sure, to be honest.
Just make him a beefy boy that can walk in. We missed the Courier dying and Relic of the Spectre. I say we. I'm using the royal we. I didn't catch it on camera.
Yeah, thank you, Gareth, for exempting me there from playing.
So don't you worry, buddy. I got your back. So we still do have to wait for that recipe to come up, so it should be fine, timing-wise. You lose out on some of the damage from the Relic, but really it's about that full Radiance for Ace. As NIP make their base camp down south in that Radiant jungle. PPD getting walked at by Tims. Earthshaker's there with the Fisher. The follow-through from Gabby will arrive now, as well as Armel. They've brought numbers down to bottom. Concoction not going to be in time to land, and PPD's going to get caught by the Mars. The Arena there with a spear as well. Echo down onto Ace. But that Supernova, it is beautiful with a Burrow to follow through and TNC falling apart. NIP had the numbers advantage. They strike back with great vengeance. And TNC bit off a little more than they could chew.
Yeah, they lack the AA, if I'm not mistaken, in that team fight, which is a big deal, because Cold Feet has actually been quite impactful. So does the Ice Vortex. Let's not forget the slow and increased magic damage, especially the increased magic damage, quite major. Armel was not in the best position there. He was kind of afraid to initiate within that ultimate. And I think the Mars ultimate was good. The Arena Blood essentially made it so that NIP could not touch the egg or help anyone that was going in. But you have a lot of ways to just cancel within it. The stopping projectiles in this game, which is something Arena Blood does, is not so impactful when you have a Light Strike Array, which is obviously not stopped, neither is the Frostbite. So those two stuns, or roots or whatever, or disables, still go through the Arena Blood, and it doesn't make it such an impactful zone out. And that's one of the reasons why Mars kind of falls off as the game goes forward, because not everything is stopped by this hero. TNC need to regroup, need to find the farm on the Alk, calm down, not go for this engagement, don't let NIP still have some power in the game, and perhaps try to go for a smoke gang, try to catch a Spectre, who just now got Radiance, which is a big upgrade here for Ace.
Alk? So Alk has bought Manta and Octarine Core, while Ace has got his Radiance. 18,000, closing in on 19 now on that Alk's net worth. See what he can get up to. Phoenix does have that Spirit Vessel with 4 charges. TNC smoking away from their middle tier 1. Radiant Obsward spots Fata top, so they see the Lina walking to lane. Oh man, Fata doesn't know what's about to hit him. The full freight train of TNC is coming through. Gabby says hello. Choo-choo! On with the Ice Blast, in with the stuns, down goes Fata, easy peasy. They're also setting up for any kind of reinitiation or backup plan for NIP. Cuckoo is there ready and waiting for the jump in, and he's actually going to find Ace. The catch onto the Spectre with the Supernova in the back, looking for that AoE. Zoning out of TNC, but they will connect with a concoction onto Spectre. They need to bring Ace down with another concoction. They're gonna chain stun her into oblivion. Down 6 feet under. Ace is gonna dagger away. No, she's not gonna survive. Gabby will crit her down and aim for Saxa now. Phoenix trapped in the middle of all the Phantasm illusions, and TNC, oh Mel, he'll stun himself this time around with a concoction. But NIP, without your Spectre for 35, this could be high ground from the Filipinos.
I absolutely love that team fight for TNC. Did you see Amazing Spirit stop the Spectre from dying? He almost gets away, but in comes Gabby just running like a madman with a Sanji and Yasha, extra movement speed, Sarah's resistance, which means it's hard to stop him, and he just gets the Rihanna Rift right on the edge as Spectre was about to disappear out of vision. Well played there, TNC, and ensuring that Spectre did not get away. And every kill you get on him is a bit more delay of the time that NIP needs to get online. They need that Spectre to find the form really to allow NIP's draft to become a thing. Right now it's just not really working out. Lena's not becoming the tempo control they were hoping for. He not that much of an impact mid, and Spectre unfortunately needs more items to become impactful. TNC now looking for perhaps a smoke or no, a Roshan, much more brave.
They were setting up for the fake Roshan and the high ground hold, but Dar Observer Ward spotted that plan. Just want to point out TNC's vision right now, watching both shrines, watching deep for that transition area from the mid-tier 3 towards the shrine spots. Natural trajectory to head towards Roshan as well. So they were preparing for a fight to take out NIP before Roshing, which was nice to see. And at the same time, pushed out the top lane. So they set up the map how they want it. And they can look to shove out that bot lane. Tier 1, Tier 2 are easy objectives. Money waiting to be collected pretty much for TNC.
And now, with that Aegis in hand, they're going to try to look for a team fight. And Cuckoo is now waiting. PPD's like, why? Why me again? Not even wasting the spear. Or it doesn't have it, actually. Doesn't matter. PPD killed off easily. And now they're going to probably shove out a lane, try to take some easy objectives. Tier 1s, perhaps in the bottom lane, a bit of extra gold. CK continues to farm in that top lane as well. We should mention as well, just talking about the CK, that his farming speed this game is really impressive. I know he has a Midas, but he's a CK, you know, you're not, and he has with an Alk, which just eats up, you know, all the farm in the map. But CK is still maintaining himself top of the net worth right after the Alchemist.
Yeah,
good job.
For sure, and usually when that happens, you know, your offlaner, Cuckoo, suffers. But he's still looking pretty decent himself. As the Phantasm top, they know that Saxa did just dive, so they'll force the Supernova into Burrow. NIP committing for a kill onto Gabby here, and Epicenter's going to come out with a Laguna Blade as well. Spectre's on top, and that's the kill. They have taken down the Chaos Snipe for 50 seconds as Armel will stun himself. Man to dodge not coming out. NIP will not commit up for the Alk though. They do not want to be fighting high ground blind into that shrine. TNC lose a big core hero. NIP feeling bold.
Radiant are scanning.
And this is what... This is how I think NIP should be playing this game now. The loss of PPD is not a big deal. Unfortunately, he just keeps getting, you know, shafted over and over again. But if he creates space so your team can get a pick off in the top lane, for example, it's more than ideal. And these are the kind of pickups you should be going for. Get the Haunt so that Ace could steal the kill, because who cares? It's your carry. You need to get him farm.
Oh, they've got Ace! They've got Ace!
Not
no, Spectre's gone!
Not like this. Not like this. They can't even go into the Arena of Blood. They're completely protected. At least Fada will get away, but who cares? You just lost your main core. And Saxa is idling. Look at the trees. What are you doing, Saxa? Why are you trying to pop the creeps here? He gets pinned to a tree and decimated by TNC. Did he just let go of the keyboard for a second? Yeah, buyback immediately.
And they're straight to high ground. There's no buyback here on the Spectre, so she's down for 20 more seconds. Laguna Blade drops Armel spookily low on the HP front. They've got the cold feet snap onto the Sand King, drag back into the Fisher with the spear, and he's gone. Has buyback now. Will be forced to use it as the Sun Ray comes in on top of TNC and burns down Cuckoo. NIP defend their high ground and keep that tier 3 alive.
Okay, so we're seeing a bit of, I'm getting a bit of deja vu, Gareth, right? It's just still, NIP hold on to the high ground, they still don't want to lose this time. But this time you're not fighting against a team that has good pushing power, but rather an Alk that is farming out of his mind. His GPM is getting close to 1,000 at this point. He has all the items, he's going to start to build up the Ags. No, first the BKB, because he still has the Aegis slot. And then go for the Ags. And what is this attempt at the smoke by NIP?
This is NIP needing to change the status quo. Drastic times call for drastic measures. Smoke, a ballsy one. not coming to fruition. I'm struggling to figure out how they need to break the line here of TNC. It's not as though the Spectre is a complete mitigation of the Earthshaker's initiation. He doesn't care about having that Radiant Spurn stop his Blink Dagger because he doesn't have one. They look for Ace with a concoction to Ice Blast. They need chain stuns now from the Fissure and the jump. The catch is there. Yet again, Ace removed from the map. 50 seconds on the sidelines, but this time does have buyback.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, we just watched another kill onto Ace here on Twitch, one of the sponsors of this tournament. Ace, unfortunately, not giving us the best of showing this match because he just doesn't have time to play. He's constantly dead, and now TNC, knowing that they don't have his Spectre, is going to try to force that buyback or perhaps just take the barracks with them. 20 seconds, there's no way that Ace is going to waste that buyback now. They'll rather leave the barracks to die. What is NIP going to do here? Armel. Oh, there's a Life Strike Array. Catches two. No, they can't have much follow-up though. You're lacking the damage. It's just Fata here. And Fata went for a very much a utility build here with a Blink Dagger, Ethelyn's BKB. You don't have the damage that should bring down anyone in TNC. At least you defend your tower.
Tier 3 not dead means that Shrines are safe. And Roshan's still a possibility to fight around as NIP. This game is on a knife's edge right now. Alchemist, net worth 26,000. What's he filled that slot with? Puts his Bracer back in for that Aegis. With his BKB queued. He looks to close out the game in the next coming minutes, the next team fight. Primarily with a BKB now done on Mars. We have a 9-second one on that Chaos Knight, as we've already seen. But NIP, again, action on them. They want to smoke. They need a pick off.
Dire are scanning.
They need to make this next team fight count. Because if they lose this one, buyback-wise, they do not look good. Sand King Phoenix without them. Lina no money for one. In fact, Spectre and Crystal Maiden, the only two with buybacks.
It's become a position where NIP can only take engagements they are 100% sure that they can take. Right? Just a simple pick-off at best. But the second they have even a moment of doubt, this could be the game for them. Luckily, though, because of all this swift shifting around, at least they have managed to find some farm for their cores. You know, Ace is definitely under-farmed, but he's not stagnant just yet. The Lina, similarly, Fata getting some items. He needs that Ags, really, to add to his damage. Because right now, he is just falling behind in that sense. But TNC's going to take this calmly. They have discipline. We've learned that from last game. They do not need to rush this just yet. They have a bigger time frame than last game's NIP with this Alchemist, and especially a CK, a very strong late game carry.
Most certainly. Tim's, what are we aiming for now? Going for Guardian Greaves. So this Tim's Earthshaker very much lining up for that utility healing build.
Blink is for people who can't position themselves, Gareth. It's for noobs. If you're really good, you don't need a blink on our shit.
Blink is for people who aren't against the Phoenix Sand King Spectre.
Exactly.
Like Supernova, Radiance, Haunt, Sandstorm, Burrow Strike. Buying Blink in this game is not good. Tim's very intelligently skips it.
I would love to see a 4-step. Some mobility in an Earthshaker is... He's not sanking, right? I mean, I guess he's going to get Ags eventually, right? So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. His mobility will come with time.
Yeah.
What's Ace waiting for now? Manta's done, so Skadi on the docket, queued up. TNC, their turn to smoke out across the map, with 10 seconds remaining until the big man Roshan potentially respawns. They are not necessarily desperately looking for this team fight, but most certainly one kill here alleviates map pressure. They can shift bottom with the Alchemist. They can push out top with the remaining 4. Make the map return to their control. 1 minute Roshan respawn timer. As NIP push out top tier 2. Rainbow TP's coming in from the front. Ice Blast and the Chaos Knight from the back. As a BKB TP, Lina will retreat. K, Crystal Maiden? You okay?
No.
You K? Or you not K? You dead.
4 PPD. How many deaths does he have this game already?
Not
6?
that many.
Not that many, actually. Yeah. Cuckoo's died more. Cuckoo's been hunting him, and Cuckoo's died more than PPD. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate. He's playing Crystal May in a game of big, beefy dudes. Or, sorry, beefy boys, as you call them. Yeah?
Yeah, big. I mean, they're all, aren't they? Like Earthshaker, Chaos Knight, Mars, Alk. They are all big, beefy boys.
Ancient Apparition skips leg day, so he has like a lot of upper muscle. It's really convenient to only have to train one set. And Lina, the Crystal Maiden is just very weak against these heroes. They have a lot of mobility, they can catch her out and just decimate her. The pick was good for the laning phase, but unfortunately now you're in a position where, what do? There's not much PPD can honestly accomplish with this hero. You can't ask much of him because they have so many ways to stop his freezing field with a spear, for example, or even somewhat of an area stun on the Stable Concoction, even the Arena of Blood. That's assuming that you have Glimmer Cape, which he currently doesn't, right? He's going for BKB straight up because what's the use of that?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
is it Roshan time now?
It might be Roshan time.
TNC have just been sending people into the pit to scout it. Like, hello. Oh. Oh.
They know someone's there.
Oh. Yeah. NIP knew that TNC knew that NIP knew that they had vision. Suddenly an observer board appears and Cuckoo blinks away.
Are they not going to take the observer in the high ground? Or the sentry in the high ground?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
PPD's going to die again. Look at him. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for PPD right now. He can take his hands off the keyboard at this point when those things happen. You have no escape mechanism.
Does have buyback if he wants to come and contest Roshan, which it looks like they do. NIP's fighting chance is now. Spectre's bottom, so they've got the pressure down in the bottom lane. Illusions here from the Chaos Knight try and address the issues that Ace is bringing towards that bottom tier 3. Oh, I didn't know that CK Illusions taunted as you taunt, even globally.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. That's amazing.
Global taunt?
New level of salt.
Man, that's pretty cool. Blink Burrow, in we go. Immediate snap reaction from NIP, and they've got the Mars. Looking to place there, but it's not good enough. Cuckoo BKB, but does not escape. Supernova's down, and Fata! Freezing field from PPD cancelled by the Fisher, and in comes Armel. Blow up the Maiden. EPICENTER not going to be good enough. The Echo Slam matches it perfectly as they have removed the Maiden. Trade back for the Mars, the Earthshaker gone, but this Chaos Knight and Alk, they do not stop. Rampaging forward, looking for the Spectre now as Armel will catch him with a concoction or not. Ace is quicker on the finger. Manta dodges and force-stabbed away from danger. Spectre on the high ground, and they won't commit for the kill. TNC, spooky scenes there as they remove NIP heroes so quickly from these fights.
That was properly fought though by NIP. The Supernova was very well positioned there, so it was really hard to get to essentially. Let's not forget that TNC's 3 cores are all melee. Actually, 4 other heroes are melee. Ancient Apparition, as the game progresses, will be less and less present in teamfights. So they have a difficult time getting that Supernova. Unfortunately, there's just no impact. There was a reveal there by the CK of going for the Reality Rift's Fierce Spell Immune talent, because he just got level 20, and Fata was just not expecting that. He got hit by just a massive amount of damage, went to half health immediately, and that forced the NIP guys to go back. And unfortunately, in a similar position, Ace cannot really help his teammates right now. Like, he has some damage, he has some tank ability, but definitely not enough to withstand the amazing amount of damage that TNC can put on. And we're going to see the first axe now coming out on this Alchemist. He just got it. Who's he going to give it to?
Let me shake your
It is the Earthshaker, yeah. So that's why he was not buying Blink Dagger, probably. On top of all the reasons we named before, having the ability to just get the free Blink essentially is very useful.
Now he can
only
move.
cancel. Sorry?
Now he can move.
Yeah. And you can only cancel with a Burst Strike or Light Strike Raid. And there's no way you're canceling Light Strike Raid. So it's really only Burst Strike to cancel that Enchant Totem, which is not the best way. So it's a pretty big axe. I understand why they gave it to him first. And now he's gonna build the axe for AA, I suppose.
More and more ags for this TNC side. As NIP very focused on trying to push out these side lanes. Fata spotted by the Radiant Ops Ward, but PPD will be the middleman. He attacks the gank for his Lina top. Oh, down bottom. Do they have reveal? AU's here with a gem, so they do. Glimmer Cape back. Gabby moves forward. 3-3 in the trees, though. Hidden away, safely tucked behind the wood line.
as TNC right now, do you choose to push now that you have the H's, try to make the best of it and just try to force a team fight for NIP? Because your counter initiation is not as strong as it was last game. You don't have that confidence.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, what's that 3-3 doing? He's gonna make it out. They could not find him.
Right, hang on a second. Tim's, go. Oh, hang on. We need to get this camera angle nice. Go again.
What are you trying to...
I just like the way he somersaults through the air. Tim's, use your spell.
He's not gonna do it now. He's not gonna do it now.
Just cast your spell. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's gorgeous.
This is why we need the Earthshaker Arcana, guys. You gotta get these beautiful moments in Dota. There's a reason why Dota is such a highly played game. That's later on Cuckoo. So he's gonna have some late game potential with that. Actually, means a lot for Cuckoo. That's God's Rebuke now with dealing a fair amount of damage. This game is also gonna go a bit late. Perhaps not as late as the last one. Well, we don't know yet. It's not. Doesn't look any close to ending. But a big push by TNC could settle this game immediately.
I wonder if PPD's BKB is going to be a big difference maker. BKB freezing field is honestly going to be pretty massive.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He hasn't gone a single freezing field this game, like to go more than a second, right? Because of the ridiculous amount of stuns TNC has. The only thing though is Gabby can reality rift him and just pummel him to death.
That is true.
Even with BKB.
Middle tower is under attack. Bottom tower has fallen.
So 20 bonus armor. Is that enough? Like, I'm just gonna calculate. So Lina has what, around 16 armor. So you'd have, well, almost double what Lina has. Oh, that's the tower. Never mind. So a bit more than Lina has, like a 1.5 Lina's armor. You might not get pummeled so quickly. You might get 2 seconds off your freezing field, which is already a lot for PPD.
Radiant's top tower.
We'll see who Gabby
also
focuses.
wasting the CK's time.
Exactly, right?
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Where did AU's gem go? Has he left it on the courier? No, it's disappeared somewhere. Tim's now holding the gem for TNC. Playing very tight together. Cuckoo offset a little bit. As the rest of TNC move up north.
We'll take that.
Everything slows down now. 40 minutes in, Bounty Rune's going to be gathered up and harvested. 2 for 2 across the map. Invis Rune for Gabby. And a concoction from Armel just to clear through some Spectre illusions. Gabby under Obs and Sentry from NIP though, fully spotted. Aegis about to expire. 45 seconds remain now. TNC want to try and strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah, but it seems like NIP has a pretty decent amount of defense, honestly. Look, that's a good burrow strike. And the Sunray is destroying Gabby, just eating through his health there. Laguna Blade's done nothing though. Cuckoo trying to get the kill here on 3-3 first. Armel joins in. There's a hard use though to try to catch out the CK in the backlines, and Gabby might just lose his Aegis here. They manage to root him down. They get the Aegis from Gabby, but the Echo Slam ensures A stays there to play with the angry Armel. As Gabby comes back in, and baseline struck away with a Phantasm. Fantastic. PPD got that BKB and pushes everyone away. And Maradon lost the epicenter plus the burst strike now catches for Armel, and they get the kill on the Alchemist. NIP's managed to defend this. Gabby, meanwhile, now the next target for these 3 heroes in NIP. He's been rooted down, tries to get away. Be fast enough, a burst like a stops Cuckoo as well. A blind stun 350 means 2 as Fata comes in with Lester Correa and ensures Gabby will go today to the graveyard fully. Saxa though will die to the Ice Blast, but they can still catch Cuckoo. He's in frozen solid. They missed the burst, like they have a sentry finally to see Cuckoo. It's our TP. Frostbite cancels it, and Fata's in for the last kill here, ensuring that he can make a 4-man wipe. Cuckoo will die to the Ice Strike Array, and NIP will defend their towers, and they'll get a lot of kills in the process, or their racks rather.
Man, oh man, only the tier 3 dies. NIP, how many buybacks did they expend? It didn't feel like a lot. I know they kept the Spectre one. They bought back on the Sand King, and that's all it took. 2 kills on the CK, through the Aegis, through the BKBs that TNC were holding. TNC just a step too far, getting completely caught by, again, we have to say, Sax's Sand King has been 3-3 Sand King has been exceptionally good with these multi-man burrow strikes, landing onto the 2 of them, opening up the 2 hit in from the Light Strike Array of Fata, and the follow through from that Sun Ray against a heart Chaos Knight, that percentage-based damage absolutely shreds him. Now they're looking for the high ground push themselves. NIP down bottom onto that tier 3.
Boom shakalaka.
That's Shaker. Dropping the boom shakalaka to jump on the Sand King, but 3-3 is pretty quick on that finger to blink back himself.
Well, seems like NIP here have managed to at least, get some time here for the Spectre to start farming again, continue to hope for that late game, and try to turn TNC around, much like they did last game to them. They want TNC to take some of their own medicine. And now they're thinking of getting a kill on our Mel, perhaps in the mid lane. No, just a tower and walking away. They're not going to risk this anymore. NIP knows that they have to be very careful with these engagements from now on.
Man, I'm looking at the graphs. I didn't get a chance to bring up the fight recap, but this XP and gold graph showing NIP dipping back. A massive lead that TNC held. Now down to 20k. Alchemist, the majority of that for gold, and experience-wise, it is coming back down towards 0 as we do get into the latter stages of this game.
All right, what are the big items we're seeing now? Saxa with an Axe as his next item. We're going to see a Sun-Spitting Phoenix. That's actually quite major. We've seen how much damage a Sunray can do to a CK with a heart. But TNC is not going to let this happen. They're going for a smoke straight up. Is this a Roshan smoke attempt? It's not going to come back in 9 seconds, unless you're the luckiest team in the world.
Here it comes. Roshan's respawning in 3, 2, 1. 1 minute, 12 seconds.
Not even. That was terrible. No, nice attempt, Gareth.
Yeah. I mean, imagine it did. Imagine it instantly spawned.
You got very good before at guessing it, to be honest, with a German Dota. You need to go back to that Dota. Stop playing on English, man. You hone your skills as a caster.
An estimator, a guesser.
Yeah, exactly, that's it. Nope, at least take the shrine there. No big smoke there. As NIP actually pushes kind of far forward. Are they trying to get Gabby? No, it's Fata being a madman. Yeah, that was a bit crazy. He has a Dragon Slave cooldown though now, which is quite nice. A Bloodthorn as well, so going for some physical damage. Fata finally being able to do more than just tickle this CK.
What talents did we go for? So he went for the full magic damage build talent-wise. Spell Amp, Dragon Slave cooldown. So very much is about spamming out as much magic damage as he can and rely more on the Ace Spectre to do that physical damage. But we're getting to the point in this game now where the BKB's starting to wear out. 8 seconds on the Mars for Cuckoo. Chaos Knight, what are we at? 7 seconds. Alk currently at 8. TNC have been holding onto the BKBs nicely, but most certainly they will be waning in strength. Every lane that TNC needs to be pushed in is pushed in right now. They don't care bottom, they are Radiant side. Bottom lane is a disaster zone. You don't want to be over here.
Oh, what is this smoke?
Interesting.
Is this a South American smoke? This is where you try to get, you bait them and you think you're being stupid, but turns out no, you have a master play in mind.
Illusion.
But there's no master play. I got just very excited. I thought that was gonna be a fantastic smoke, catching him completely by surprise.
More fuel for my fire.
They have an Axe on Phoenix, which they want to showcase here.
I was wondering what Fata was up to. He goes bot, throws that one spell, and immediately TP's mid.
Oh,
Roshan
okay.
alive with a refresher shot. The jump, the haunt is there. In onto Tim's. The Earthshake has been picked off with the AA in the back, getting caught as well. The Mars ulti does very little, and the Supernova is good from NIP. Tim's down. PPD will be the trade back, but NIP, they have to retreat now. They can't fight. Oh, maybe they can with a 2-man LSA. Fata rejoins. Perfect time. Perfect takedown on the CK. Now NIP do not have to run. They can chase. Alchemist down and out for the count. 100 seconds without him. Roshan opens up for NIP. The map belongs to PPD.
Wow, that is NIP literally forcing TNC to taste their own medicine from last game. It's actually happening. They're winning this in the late. Now they have a Roshan for free for them, which comes with a refresher, which is absolutely massive for Ace, or even perhaps giving it to a second Supernova. And we saw the impact Saxa is having in these team fights. Supernova able to stop those BKBs, very important. But also, the Sunray taking down these beefy dudes we were talking about. They just get dealt so much damage by the percentual damage that Sunray does. And now with Ace, with this first shot, he'll also reach level 25, which means a bit more dispersion, most likely. Like, is he
Radiant's
thinking about it?
middle tower is under attack.
I got way too excited. No, there's a dispersion. Okay. And refresher for him. I thought I was gonna be wrong there. He's gonna go for the Haunt Illusion damage. I don't know, whoever goes. Now it's time for them to push. Take the tier 3, perhaps in the middle lane.
Radiant's
And
middle tower
maybe
has
force some
fallen.
buybacks if TNC doesn't want to lose something here. I mean, they could lose 2 lanes of Rax here if they don't buy back on the Alchemist. CK and Ancient Apparition both without buyback. They can at least defend this for a while with a Glyph plus the stuns. But at least they'll take a tier 3.
I'm still thinking back to that fight. I can't believe Fata gets there
Radiant's
at the
middle
exact
tower
moment
has
he needs to get that Light Strike Array, to find the Chaos Knight and find the Alchemist to follow through. Lena's timing to join that battle absolutely spot on, and
Radiant's top
NIP
shrine is under attack.
exploiting that victory in battle to go and take Roshan,
Haste.
a tier 3 mid, now the Northern Shrine of the Radiant side. Still on a knife's edge of this game though. TNC in a very good position still to keep battling on through, but I think you've hit the nail on the head. It is this Saxa Phoenix, the Supernova, the Sunray, and now with Shiva's Guard, Refresher Shard, and that Spirit Vessel. He is the counter to a number of these TNC heroes.
And he's close to level 25, which in this case you could actually go for the plus 2% max health Sunray damage, and ooh, that's 8% damage per second. That is no joke for a CK and an Alchemist. They cannot out-heal you. Have we seen more Axe, by the way? Yeah, they gave an Axe to Ancient Apparition. And they gave an Axe to Mars, actually, leaving the CK Axe for last. I'm assuming since you're playing carry CK, you can't really Phantasm anyone else, right?
You kind of
Gotta
have to
Phantasm
Phantasm yourself, yeah.
Well,
I am
NIP.
king of the invisible.
they are very close to just turning this on its head, honestly, right now. They have a Haunt on Spectre, and they're starting to shift away from Spectre, who's never in team fights, to a Spectre that is the bait, essentially, for the team fights.
Ace, not too fearful with Heart and Aegis. Aegis for another 2.5 minutes as well. The rest of his squad, 4-man smoked. Fata Saxa 3-3 PPD, smoke broken, in we go with the Burrow. 3-3 catches onto one, and they've blown him up completely out of the game. Buys back, Mars Cuckoo rejoins the fight around this shrine area, but doesn't have a shrine to TP to. NIP disengage, reset, and waste that buyback of Cuckoo.
This'll come in
Well,
handy.
For now, all they're doing is kind of eating away at TNC's net worth lead. They are managing to get more space and more time for the Spectre to... I mean, he's already obviously online, but he just needs to finish that last slot of his item. Getting Sax at level 25 quite important as well, I think, for the next team fight, especially because it also synergizes well with your Ags. Maybe even PBD could be impactful here. You just need to give him a bit more tank ability. He got the Aeon disc, you know, it's no joke now. TNC is starting to sweat bullets here. They are not having an easy game.
Things most certainly have become much more difficult for them going late game against this percentage-based damage. Spectre Phoenix, of course, is pretty difficult to handle as this Alk CK. And of course, the Ancient Apparition, the very squishy AU position 6. We start to look towards these buybacks and their timings as well. Alk, Lena, Spectre, Phoenix sanking the jump in. 3-3. Tries to catch Tims, but there we go with the Enchant Totem over the top. Fata's being blown up, and Gabby goes to work. Aeon Disc is there for PPD, but the rest of NIP, they are falling short. Supernova focused down and taken out. As Saxa falls, and PPD will follow. 4 heroes of NIP. Where did they go?
I actually don't know where heroes go when they die in Dota, to be honest, Gareth. I can't answer that question sincerely. But can you tell me, though, what was the difference there in the team fight? Because to me, I think it was the Phoenix position. The Supernova that you mentioned could not come out in time, and you didn't have that Phoenix threatening you from a long range, right?
Yeah,
I
think the weird thing is, like, the positioning-wise there, it was NIP that kind of found TNC first, and they didn't have the ability to chase. Like, the way that NIP have been winning fights is TNC run into them, they realize that the BKBs have worn off, you know, they've traded 1-for-1, and then NIP have that long chase where they dive, they've got the Supernova to zone, they've got the Spectre to haunt and jump and target heroes in the back, if NIP get jumped in like a straight 5-on-5 head-on-head clash, if they meet in a short amount of time and in these choke points, TNC have that ability to blow you out of the water, like they're trying now onto Ace, but a good amount of dodge gets him away from that CK stun. TNC focusing buildings, ranged barracks, it will finally fall. 53 minutes in, TNC claim a building, and they look for the melee now as well. It's risky business though, against this Supernova. Sunray sacks a Phoenix, and they're even going to glyph it up as well, defending with Ace on the front lines. TNC, are they giving up on this melee? Armel wants it. He's a greedy boy and he wants it. Will have to give up on any further attempts though. NIP have held.
And TNC will go back and try to defend Roche now. It seems like that's the only option. They have held, like you mentioned, again, this time they haven't lost racks. It's not entirely like last game in Fata though in the top lane. They're trying to go for a special kill, yes, with Ace coming in thanks to the Haunt. They just try to kill Cuckoo. And I think they forced the cheese wall off Cuckoo. Cuckoo is dead.
I didn't think you had what it
They just took a really important kill up here together with a BKB and everything off Cuckoo. 120 seconds without him. This might be the chance for NIP to go, well, actually, I'm maybe speaking too quickly. They don't have Haunt here, which is actually quite major.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No buyback on the Mars for 4 minutes. Phoenix, Sand King, 6 minutes for them. Crystal Maiden, 40 seconds. TNC prepping for a fight on this high ground. Sand King jumped. The Ice Blast misses. No, maybe not. The Reality Rift, it does just about. Kisses him on the side. And 3-3's down for 2 minutes himself. The jump over the top will get Tims out of danger. Fata in. The Echo Slam's there. Fata's half HP. Blown up with a big crit from Gabby. Now he turns to face the Crystal Maiden. PPD being shredded by this Chaos Knight. But the Supernova's good. In towards Gabby. Forcing the TP home. He's made it away. TNC evade danger. They do not fall apart. Beautiful, crisp gameplay from the Filipinos as NIP do not understand what just hit them.
Jesus, this team, man, TNC has the discipline of the gods. They cannot be brought down. They have managed to take the team fights exactly where they should be taking advantage of those plateaus and the choke points we often talk about. They've cancelled most of NIP's positioning. Gabby has been a monster this game with those reality rifts and chaos strikes with those illusions immediately blowing up the lane ideally. And even then, that time Sax had a pretty decent supernova, even forced a second one because Gabby told him to. And now it's time for TNC to try to go for these racks again. See if they can.
20th time lucky.
Killing the Spectre. This could be dangerous. Ace just standing there. The reality rift him, but look at that Sunray eating into their health. And even Ice Blast. Ice Blast will come out, but does it actually hit? Yes, it does. His potential damage is coming in, and he can't last too long. The Ice will eventually shatter him. Goodbye, Ace. That's done. No carry for you for 100 seconds, but he can come back with a buyback. He does have Haunt. They need to force that out of him. Have to play aggressively. There's the buyback immediately, and the Haunt as well. Cuckoo, he forces the arena, catches the bird. He can't fly away. Cuckoo kills him like a cage bird that he is, and goes back. Now assault PPD, and PPD cannot even keep the freezing field going for long enough. Now Spot that tries to destroy the Alk. The damage is not good enough. Ace gets stunned out as well. For now, Armel surviving this engagement entirely. They destroyed Fata. They are now surrounding Spectre. They manage to spear him into a tree. They push him back as well with a force staff. Ace gets away for now. And a nice double power strike. You can continue this fight again. A second Ice was coming in. Ace, it's the bane of your existence. You cannot keep healing this, but Gabby's out of mana.
Buybacks!
And it comes out the second time. That is some damage for Ace, but Ace is just getting away for now. However, Ice Blast with Axe is going to last forever.
Everyone's so
the Ace actually tries
tanky.
the shattering. It's the Ice Blast that
GG.
kills him, and the GG is called.
Oh my
it's TNC.
God.
Taking this game number 2, 2-0ing the NIP.
2-0 victory for TNC over NIP. Matt, that last fight, nobody was dying. The kiting from the Spectre, the buyback from the Lina, the Phoenix and Sand King bouncing in and out of that team fight. More swings than a kid's playground in the past 2-3 minutes of that game. But man, Alchemist and CK untouchable when they've got their BKBs, their ultis going. Disgusting amounts of physical damage and tankiness. And you mentioned it, that Ice Blast comes in at the very end. You have that saving grace of the big AoE bubble landing on NIP just to make sure that they can secure some more kills. There we have it. Best of 3 done. TNC take the W. Victory over NIP. Not super convincing. That was a real tight series between the two of them. But good showing from TNC. Even more depth to their draft in their lineup. Did not want that video to play. God damn you, OBS. Just playing a pre-roll all of a sudden.
That means that we're going to see NIP versus LGD, right? As the last match of the day for deciders. Yes, that is the match we're going to see. Thank you, Gareth. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yes, I agree with you. Yeah. So the other, sorry, so LGD beat OG?
Yes, they did.
2-0. Oh, damn.
Yep. Yeah.
So our game should be coming up pretty quickly. 15, 20 minutes or something. NIP against LGD. Swift day today, it looks like. Some quick 2-0s.